Hello, everyone. Looks like I'm okay. Now I'm live everywhere. Okay, so there's a little delay. I try to make my timing right on all these different applications, but hello and happy Friday. And today I really wanted to speak about a few things that I have had many people over years, even long before I was plant-based, ask about. So many times I'll have women come and see me who have fatigue, who have hair loss or restless leg syndrome. That's what the RLS was in the definition here. And, one of the things as a physician that we really almost dread are the folks who come in with a very vague sense of not feeling well, may it be fatigue or body aches or just ongoing, just hard to put your hand on, not very tangible, distinct symptoms. Over the years, of course, looking at research on nutrition and a lot of different things, definitely one of the pearls that I wanted to speak to, and maybe it'll help you, is fatigue in women, especially hair loss, and restless leg syndrome. So the one lab that I would encourage you to get tested is ferritin. Now, ferritin is a protein that helps store iron. Now, you may have actual fatigue and low iron stores and not actually be anemic. So your red blood cells on that, what we call a CBC or complete blood count, may be actually normal. And when you test your iron, it actually might be normal. So remember in the iron, when we measure iron in the blood, it's actually the body is releasing it from its stores already. And so the iron in the blood may actually even be a little bit high. If you were on let's say had a heavy period or something like that, it might be high in the blood as it's releasing the blood stores to take care of the situation. But when we measure ferritin, we really see what your iron stores are. And some really interesting research, I wrote down some of the studies here. For example, they did a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial of iron treatment in non-anemic women. And when we were looking at fatigue, and so what we found here is that the women who received iron had a much greater reduction in fatigue score compared with women who did not. And only women with ferritin levels less than 50 micrograms per liter actually benefited. So that would be my cutoff. And if you've been a patient of mine, you've definitely heard me speak to, we need to check your ferritin stores. I think this is really important. And regardless, honestly, of age, gender, or even sometimes symptoms, I think it's really interesting too. I've done some interesting research on, no, I haven't done the research, but I've read some research on low iron stores and actually anxiety and depression. So there's some psychological impacts of having low iron stores. Some additional studies on the hair thinning was that, basically there's been several studies showing that low iron actually can cause hair loss. And so, but there was less clear evidence of whether iron supplementation would be beneficial. So there was a study showing, let me find the numbers here. They studied 140 women with diffuse hair loss and found 19% had iron deficiency without anemia, meaning their CBC scores, their hemoglobin and hematocrit were normal, but their ferritin was low. And when they were treated with oral iron, all of their hair loss ceased and all their hair regrowth occurred. So meaning they took iron supplementation, suddenly their hair loss quit and they grew the hair back. So I want you to just keep that in mind. And then when it comes to restless leg syndrome, that you should almost always ask for a ferritin. So what they found here is that you want to actually have a little bit higher ferritin. They found that, again, oral supplementation was very effective, but it's really works with patients who have a ferritin less than 75. So I would say anywhere 50 is your minimal threshold as far as, I would say, optimal iron store levels. And then secondarily to that would be 75, especially if you have restless leg syndrome. And of course, I know I'm going to get questions regarding, can we do this with food? I think it depends on the situation, right? So when you look at why someone is low in ferritin, so if I have someone who's having really heavy periods, and that may require iron supplementation because they're losing blood faster than they can maybe eat and consume it. The other thing here is we always, 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 always should investigate why someone has low iron stores. So if you are older than 45, maybe that requires you to do a stool study to see if there's blood in your stool, or a colonoscopy. Is it because you have heavy periods? Is it because you have renal failure? Lots of different things that could be an issue. Maybe you're not absorbing the iron. Maybe you're not eating enough of the iron-rich foods. Again, why are you low ferritin? Or why? I guess when it comes to the renal failure, maybe you're anemic because the kidneys aren't telling the bones to make red blood cells. So that gets to that. As far as the anemia component, your ferritin stores might be fine. But as far as your ferritin, I just think it's an overlooked and underutilized lab. It's not usually very expensive to check. So if you've been kind of just banging your head against the wall and not sure why you're fatigued or having hair loss or restless leg syndrome and nothing seems to be helping, I would definitely check this out. But I do want to speak to some of the foods that you might want to consider in making sure that you're looking at getting enough iron. So again, if you're 19 and older, older as an adult, for males, we need to be shooting for 8 milligrams per day, and females 18 milligrams per day. And if you're pregnant, 27 milligrams per day. And so I'm just going to go over some of the different categories of foods. So if you look at fruits, for example, passion fruit has 3.8 milligrams per cup. Elderberries, 2.3 milligrams per cup. And avocado is a fruit, 1.4 milligrams per cup. So there you go. Some vegetables, including, if you want to throw mushrooms in there, the morel mushrooms, 8 milligrams per cup. That's pretty amazing. Cooked spinach, 6.4 milligrams per cooked spinach per cup. Let's see here. Swiss chard, 4 milligrams per cup. Sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, 3.4 milligrams per cup. That's a delicious way to get your iron. Let's look at beans and lentils. Again, here, soy for the win. Boiled edamame, 8.8 milligrams per cup. I could eat edamame all day long. It's delicious. Tofu, 6.4 milligrams per cup. Then you're also getting calcium. You're also getting amazing protein source. Amazing. If you don't like the tofu, you can go with cooked lentils, 6.6 milligrams per cup. Black turtle beans, 5.3 milligrams per cup. Cooked navy beans, 4.8. Red kidney beans, 5.2 milligrams per cooked cup. That could be an interesting thing to try to say quickly. Cooked chickpeas, 4.7 milligrams per cup. So really your legumes, mushrooms are way to go. And then there's a few grains to really pay attention to. Uncooked oats, now this is a lot, 7.4 milligrams per cup. Amaranth is cooked, 5.2 milligrams per cup. And then nuts and seeds. So if you like I love pumpkin seeds, you could do dried pumpkin seeds. That's at 2.5 milligrams per ounce. If you like your nut butters, let me see here. I don't have a nut butter. I thought I had a nut butter listed, but I don't. If you like flax seeds, 1.6 milligrams per ounce. So I think we can get enough iron on a plant-based diet. There's no problem in that. The real issue here is discovering why you have low ferritin. Is it because you're not eating enough of those foods? Are you worried about, grains? Are you not consuming enough beans because you don't like beans? Or you're worried about tofu? You're worried about soy? Soy is a healthy food. Consume it daily, 2 servings at least. Or is it because you have an absorption issue? Or is it because you're losing blood somewhere? So again, always ask why. There is a solution. Maybe that's oral supplementation. Maybe it's increasing your iron-rich foods. But at the end of the day, we still need to know why, because if we don't know why, it'll just keep recurring. So it's kind of like writing the prescription for, high blood pressure or for something else, but we don't try to do the work to fix the root cause. That's always going to be a problem. So if your doctor's not asking why, it's incumbent upon you. This is your body, this is your vessel for this life, to go ahead and ask the questions. And if they don't want to answer, find another doctor. But anyway, check it out. See what you think of the ferritin. By the way, I am licensed in all 50 states. I can see anybody anywhere in this country, and it includes DC. And you can find these all at drmarvis.com. If you're looking for healthy, yummy recipes and really want to learn how to cook a healthy plant-based diet, check out the Healing Kitchen. I've partnered with Brittany Giroudi, who's amazing. And we meet live every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, and that's 7 p.m. on the eastern side of the country. So again, we meet live, you get recordings. We also host an expert workshop once a month that's free to our Healing Kitchen members. And it's very low cost. Right now, it's only $20 per month. We will be increasing because we're adding a lot more benefits. And very soon, we'll be launching a community just for our Healing Kitchen members. We'll continue to keep the expert workshops, like we have Dr. Khan tomorrow. Next month, we have Vince Roundtree, who's a weight loss expert. We have Dr. Clapper in November. We have Kim Campbell in January, and we're working on some exciting ones in the spring. And then I'm also going to be doing deep dive workshops for free for our Healing Kitchen members every single month with an ebook that comes with it. You'll have the recording forever. And yeah, we are really working hard to provide value and to as many people as possible. So again, there'll be additional exclusive membership just for our members as we continue to grow and think and get feedback and how we can provide more value and serve you. Because at the end of the day, a healthier community means a healthier world, and we all do better when we're all in a better place, health-wise, mentally, spiritually, everywhere. So anyway, I kind of got off my topic there, but I love to talk about that stuff. So you guys have a great and blessed day. But if you have any questions, check out drmarvis.com. That's where everything is listed. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, have a good one, guys. And the idea is how to turn this off. All right, here we go.